Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. Today we are here with NFL Week 12 game picks. But before we get into things, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe. And thank you so much for 1K. Leave a comment down below what you want to see me do next. But let's go and hop into things. The first game that we have coming up here is the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I'm going to be riding with the Bills here because they should be able to win this game pretty easily. But if the Patriots do come out hot, I feel like the Patriots have a good shot at winning this game, but I give them like a 20% chance. I mean, it's Mac Jones versus Josh Allen at the end of the day, and Josh Allen is a much better quarterback, injured or not injured, and I feel like he's just going to be getting better every single week going into the playoffs, going for that number 1 seed. And I like to see this team bounce back, even though they are still 8-3, which is very good. I feel like they could definitely be better. I feel like they could be undefeated right now. But besides that, let's go and hop into the next game with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Who's better, Kenny Pickett or Marcus Mariota? I'm going to go with Kenny Pickett. Am I biased? Maybe. I'm going to go with the Steelers here because I think they're going to get better every single week leading into the end of the season. And I think the Falcons, I don't know, man. This team might make the playoffs with a losing record. They could really make the playoffs with a losing record. Depending on how Tom Brady and the Buccaneers play, I don't know how things are going to turn out in that division. I mean, the Panthers are still alive right now, and it's week 12, and they have like 3 total wins. I mean, if the Panthers won out with Sam Darnold, they could make the playoffs. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. But with that being said, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers here, and I hope that they can have a little bit of momentum building from beating the Colts. And I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to fall off a little bit. You're not going to get a touchdown from Cordell Patterson, kick return every single week. So I think he gets 0, and I think Kenny Pickett throws for about 250 yards to George Pickens, maybe like 125 with like 110 passing rating. That's exaggerated, of course, but I'd have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now moving on to the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This is pretty easy pick here. I think taking the Green Bay Packers is the simple pick, the easy pick, and the right pick if Aaron Rodgers is playing. If not, and you look at Justin Fields and Jordan Love was throwing the ball fairly well last week against the Eagles. Even though he didn't play for a very long time, he did not play bad. But I would be going with the Bears if Aaron Rodgers is out. I will update you on if he plays or not, and I will be changing that pick if Jordan Love is playing. But for right now, I'm going to ride with the Packers. They are a little beat up, but so are the Bears. I hope Justin Fields can start breaking out of his shell and start becoming an elite quarterback. But right now, we're going to ride with the Packers. Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. I know. The Detroit Lions have played fairly well these last couple weeks. They have. I know. They almost beat the Buffalo Bills, but the Jacksonville Jaguars did beat the Ravens. And I think that Detroit's just going to be a little bit down this week. And I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to have another good game, a solid performance, at least 2 touchdowns, and that defense is going to be able to step up to hold the Detroit Lions down a little bit. St. Brown has been amazing for that team, and if the Lions win, I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, the Lions can make the playoffs, and honestly, I would love to see the Lions just win out. If the Lions win the playoffs, that would make my year. But being realistic, I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now moving on to the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. This game, I know it looks bad. I'm going to go with the Vikings because that's the smart pick for a guy who wants to get the games right. But the New York Jets have a very good chance to win this game. I give it almost a 40% chance. If Mike White can play how he's been playing through his first 4 starts, this team might just go all the way to the Super Bowl. Okay, maybe not the Super Bowl, but they might be able to win this game because the defense is good. The offense is good. The quarterback was trash. Zach Wilson might just be the end of his career. I mean, he takes no responsibility. He takes no accountability to anything. He dodges everything. He sucks. He can't score more than 3 points in a game that he could have at least just scored a touchdown, and they could have just won the game easily. And, I mean, it's just sad to see how he's fallen off a cliff. The only reason why he's even relevant right now is because he bangs hot moms. But besides that, he doesn't really have any upside in his whole career. And I think this could be the end for him. He might come back for one more shot, but if not, he might just get traded to the Panthers. But now moving on to the next game, we have the Commanders, the sorry Commanders. I'm sorry. I hate this team. I can't even speak properly while I talk about this team. Dan Snyder, please sell this team. And please just get a good statue for Sean Taylor, man. Why can you not do that? You had 2 metal beams going up and down like a damn cross with a jersey on it with some construction gloves and a helmet. That was absolutely pathetic. I don't know why you couldn't just build him a proper statue to put outside the stadium. I mean, why? Are you that stupid? Like, how is that organization so dumb? And everyone's like, yeah, I think that will work. That's good. We'll put it behind glass just to make it even look more professional. That looked pathetic. My daughter in the future, when she's like 2, could do that. I mean, it's not that hard to put a metal beam together, 2 metal beams, and a jersey on top with some construction gloves. He didn't even wear gloves like that. I mean, that's like just so disrespectful. But besides that, I'm going to go with the Commanders because they are on a streak, and I do like the team. I like the players on the team. I like Terry McLaurin. I like their quarterback, Taylor Heineke. And I think the Giants are starting to come back to earth a little bit. They've been on a hot streak. I do like to see Saquon Barkley back. But besides that, I'm going to be taking the Commanders, who look like they're going to be making a playoff push possibly here. Now moving on to the Tennessee Titans and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles. That's the smart choice. But Derrick Henry might be able to win this game for this team. If Ryan Tannehill can just have an average game, I would love to see this team win because they really need to start building that lead in the division that they have. It's very weak, so it shouldn't be too hard. It means the Colts, Jaguars, and the Texans. All teams are below 500 right now. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, I mean, they're kind of already running away with it. But I'd like to see them get a couple solid wins. And for the Eagles' sake, I think the Eagles need to lose again. They are going to have too much momentum, and they're going to be peaking a little too early. They could lose 1 or 2 more games before the playoffs start. I think it'd be very beneficial for that team. Now moving on to the Broncos and Ravens. Do I need to say anything? This team would literally be 10-2 if they had Trevor Siemian, if they had Tim Tebow, if they had anybody. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't even have traded for Russell Wilson. The defense is so good. I know they didn't play great against the Panthers, but whenever you have to basically play 29 to 150 drives every game, the team's going to score eventually because Russell Wilson is too busy getting 3 and outs and not converting any points at all, and has just been the salesman of the year. He has been the downfall of this team. I mean, even Walmart wouldn't sell this man's jerseys. I mean, nobody wants to support this man because he has played like absolute trash. His own defense is yelling at him. I mean, how bad can things get for this team before they realize that Russell Wilson is washed and they gave this man so much money? I mean, come on, man. Moving on to the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The Cleveland Browns, I'm going to pick in this game. Even though Deshaun Watson is just not that great of a guy, I don't even think he's going to be that good of a quarterback. The Houston Texans still stink. And with Deshaun Watson getting paid millions and millions of dollars for the next couple of years, they're definitely going to be starting him. And I think he's going to be able to get a little bit of rhythm. I hope to see this team do good. I mean, I hate them, but the Steelers are kind of dead. So I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns here. And come on, Davis Mills, you can do better. Come on, you have a good running back. I mean, come on, we could do better. 1 win, come on, we could do better. Now we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams are kind of defeated this season. They have plenty of injuries on that team. No OBJ. They've lost a bunch of offensive linemen. I mean, they've had almost the most offensive lineman changes this season. It's just sad to see how this team has fallen off after winning the Super Bowl. But, I mean, they won, so there's not much you can say to this team. Even if they do stink, they did win the Super Bowl, and that's really all that matters to them. But I'm going to pick the Seahawks because Geno Smith, I would love to see this man make the playoffs because it would be one hell of a story, but he needs to step it up a little bit. Him and DK and Tyler Lockett, I mean, the whole team's pretty damn good. And if they can step things up just a little bit, I see this team making the playoffs and maybe making it to the second round. And now we have the Miami Dolphins and the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers here because I do trust Tua more than Jimmy Garoppolo right now. And I think Tyreek Hill will be able to slice up this defense. I mean, I know they have a very good defense. I know they have a very good offense. But I would like to see the Miami Dolphins win this game, and I think they're getting slept on right now. I know the picks are close, but I'm going to ride with them because I think Jimmy Garoppolo won't be able to take this team to the next level. And if he can't throw checkdowns, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Overthrow receivers? I mean, he was one win away from winning the Super Bowl. Let's not forget that. But now moving on to the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Chiefs are going to win this game by at least 15. I love the Bengals. I love how they play. I don't love the Bengals, though. I hate the Bengals. But the Bengals as a team, how they've played, if I didn't know their name, was the Bengals. They've played very well. But these last couple weeks have been average. The team is still very stacked and good. They have shown that they can win, and they've beaten the teams they've needed to beat. But this would be a big statement game for them if they can win. And that would let Buffalo kind of slide into that one spot maybe towards the end of the year, which is what they're looking for. So I think the Bengals have a solid shot at winning this, and they are fairly healthy. But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to just go with this one. I think that's a pretty easy choice. Now moving on to the Chargers and the Raiders. If the Raiders win this game, man, the Los Angeles Chargers need to get rid of their whole organization. The Raiders stink. I know Derek Carr had one good game, Thanksgiving game, cool. I know Devontae Adams is a top 5 receiver right now in the NFL, cool. I know Josh Jacobs carried the whole team last week, cool. But, the Los Angeles Chargers should win this game. I mean, this team lost to the Saints 24-0. The Los Angeles Chargers need to win. They could still make a playoff push. They need to win the games they should win. And they should win this game against the bum-ass Las Vegas Raiders. Now moving on to the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. I hate to see Jeff Saturday have to go through this, man. He is playing one of the best teams in the NFL right now. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think there's a chance if they play out of their mind that the Colts could win this game. But, I mean, with Matt Ryan, who seems to just be coming towards the end of his career, kind of like a Phillip Rivers type year, I mean, I hate to see it. I wish he could have won that Super Bowl against New England because Tom Brady's so damn lucky. But the Cowboys are going to win this game. CeeDee Lamb's probably going to have about 150. I mean, there's not much they're going to be able to do. Dak Prescott's getting better and better each week with that injury healing. But now, moving on to the Saints and the Bucks. I really want to pick the Saints. I really do. I really want to pick the Saints. But I don't think Tom Brady's going to let that slide. I mean, there's no way. There's no way Tom Brady loses this game, right? The greatest quarterback of all time. Most of his team is going to be fully healthy. I mean, you know, he's undefeated divorce games. So I'm going to have to go with Brady based on that stat alone. I would love to see Red Rocket go on a playoff push and win the Super Bowl before he retires. I mean, Red Rocket. But they have nobody on that team. I'm sorry, they're a little depleted right now. I mean, maybe if they had prime Drew Brees, but it's Red Rocket, I'm sorry. And we're going to say they score 45 total points. I'm going to go ahead and submit these picks. But if you do want to see more of this, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below on what you want me to do next. And until the next one, peace.